Blues Brothers coffee. I know this is a stretch, but stay with me. Melitta sent me their recommended brewing technique last week. I happen to own, around 10 of these little one-cup coffee makers. I've used one before, and it's my standby when someone says they're off to school and just want a great cup of coffee, but they can't afford to fit a full-size coffee maker in their new space. You may think minimal. Okay, but don't you just love something that just gets the job done and happens to be small and simple? Then I thought of that scene in the film The Blues Brothers, where Elwood makes perfect, elegant toast using a hot plate. It shows a cooking art at its essence. Perfect toast is like perfect coffee. The right shade of brown is related to the right sweetness. You do know that browning develops sweetness, don't you? Anyway, today I'm making a perfect one cup only over ice. That part's Melitta's idea. I always grind 20 grams to make coffee using their 1 cup paper filter. Melitta makes 2 kinds of paper filter. I prefer the white, although I haven't had any off taste from either for years. In case you're worried about bleach, they whiten them with oxygen. This is a Melitta number 2 filter. I realize number 2 for the 1 cup, maybe some sort of corporate logic, but that's what it is. First, I'll fill my coffee cup with ice cubes. I'm using a glass because, it's designed to drink like an iced tea. It's almost like a frosty mug, which I've also used. Add the Melitta pour over on top. Now I place 20 grams of fine grind, really fine grind in the filter, not quite espresso. That's a lot of coffee, but you'll see why. I have to count the ice as water, so I'm only going to pour about half the hot water through. I'm pouring 204-degree water. If you have a fancy kettle, you can select any temperature from 196 to 205. I personally keep the range between 197 and 204. I actually think the coffee tastes best in this range. Now notice the ice melting as we brew here. I have to admit, I'd never have thought of this brewing over ice idea. It's really simple, but it's elegant. It also maintains the temperature brewing standards I happen to prefer over simply brewing using room temperature water, which is typically called cold brew. Part of its advantage is you can decide you want to drink cold coffee and have it within minutes. I'm just not that much of a planner. Today's coffee is a Legacy Farms Honduras Yellow Bourbon grown in partial shade. There we go. I think Elwood would appreciate the Melitta's simplicity, both the recipe and the brewer. Okay, and let me remove this. I love the idea that you brew the coffee extra strong with the ice balancing it out so you get your usual strength cup of coffee. Delicious. I'm probably going to pour a couple of more ice cubes in here. Melitta's named after Melitta Bentz. As far as I know, she's one of the earliest female entrepreneurs. She was the inventor. The Benz family still owns the company today. When I first got interested in coffee in the 1970s, this was one of the very few options for manual brewing. The Melitta V-shaped cone filter is unique and known for concentrating flavor using its shape while using a fast flow filter paper. Melitta makes a lot of different brewers, but this one is an icon. Their brewer is known for making a mild cup of coffee, economical, yet makes full flavored brew with minimal bitterness. I almost always toss one in my bag when I'm traveling. This show is sponsored by Java Master, who's determined to roast coffee in every supermarket in America, making roast freshness an option for everyone. Subscribe. It helps me, and it gives you notifications of our upcoming events as well as more great coffee brewing tips, reviews, and assorted information. I'm Coffee Kevin. See you.